The Zohar teaches that not one drop of rain descends from above without 2 drops of rain coming up to meet it. It says it's alluding to 3 brains. It's like 1 dot, 2 dot, and then a dot at the bottom. So 2 horizontal dots and 1 dot below. Like this. And this is actually alluding to 3 brains, one of memory, one of thought, and one of imagination. Imagination and memory ascend from the heart, and thoughts descend to them in the heart, welcoming them, asking because this man, which is thought, mounts and controls the 3rd living creature, descending on it, the 2 living creatures that open their wings to receive it. In other words, this is like a punctuation. Just as the cholam, which is a dot, is placed on its area, which is 2 dots, becomes a segel or segolta, which is these 3. It's like the crown with the chachma and bina, which is the feminine and the masculine, the wisdom and the understanding, or the seed and then fleshed out. Now, sort of this idea of the masculine and feminine, I want to go deeper into, but before that, things are not always as they appear. So, there was a man who told me a lot of amazing feedback, like, I'm so hot and sexy, warm, give the vibes, nice, sweet, cute, fresh, young and strong, amazing. My size is delicious. I'm someone to look up to, someone to learn from, someone to respect. I have a good sense of humor. My words are gold. And really, this person just wanted to use me for a sexual experience. And so it's like I was able to stay present while it was happening and actually express myself, like, I feel you're giving me a lot of energy. I feel like you really want something. I'm sorry I can't go through with it with you, and so on. So in Megillah 31b, which is in Gemara, it says, if old men tell you, demolish, and children say to you, build, then demolish, don't build, because the demolishing of old men is ultimately as constructive as building, even though it appears as destructive, and the building of children is as destructive as demolishing, even though I'm adding it might appear as creating or building. Sofia Sundari teaches how she thought for years sovereignty meant perfection, never faltering, never needing, always giving. She overextended in service, believing it was her role to hold everything together. Yet beneath this, she felt disconnected from her own essence. She realizes that to serve others, she had to first serve herself. To be a true queen, I have to reclaim myself not through control and self-sacrifice, but through devotion to my inner truth. The queen is both sovereign and a servant, because she understands true power comes from love. She leads not to dominate, but to uplift, and she serves not from obligation, but from purpose. Her crown is not a burden, but a symbol of her choice to live authentically and to embrace desires and her responsibility with equal reverence. Desires and responsibility. Take up your crown not to prove your worth, but to embody it. Step into sovereignty by honoring your needs, your voice, your desires. Serve with an open heart, and not from depletion, but from fullness. Women rise into full power through devotion, self-respect, purpose. The queen claims her throne with grace, yet kneels in service to those she loves and the purpose she holds dear. Her sovereignty lies in her unwavering self-respect, her clarity, and her commitment to her truth. She's unshakable yet tender. She knows when to command and when to serve, when to stand firm and when to yield. For some, stepping into the fullness of the queen can feel daunting, perhaps because of feeling pressure to embody strength without vulnerability or serve without boundaries, maybe because of dimming your light, fearing it might overshadow others, or because of grasping for control, mistaking it for power while losing sight of inner peace. And we'll all be in our queenliness. And last but not least for today, there's an Instagram account called _trauma coach. And here we're talking about respect. So here we're talking about respecting Here we've been talking about respecting like the three brains: thought, memory, and imagination. That's how we started. And then we're talking about sovereignty. So we're really talking about sovereign and wise, because we're talking about sometimes building, sometimes destroying. You think building is, you can't follow these rules too carefully if you don't know what you're talking about, really. If you don't have discernment. So we really want our thought, speech, our thought, memory, and imagination to be wise, sovereign, and respectful. And so respect is the presence of dignity. And emotional abuse, neglect, and abandonment, she's going to go through all three, are the ways a person's dignity is damaged. Let's start with emotional abuse. She says, this is when the dignity is attacked. It's an active violation of respect. There's direct harm to a person's inner world, including belittling, mocking, chronic criticism, intimidation, gaslighting, contempt, manipulation, punishing vulnerability. Respect is your feelings and voice matter. Abuse is your experiences inconvenient, wrong, or unsafe to express. Abuse replaces dignity with control, teaching the nervous system that honesty carries risk, which makes authentic connection possible. Emotional neglect is when dignity is ignored. It's the absence of practiced respect. Neglect is quieter. It's nothing explosive that may be happening, but something essential is missing. Curiosity, responsiveness, empathy, follow through, and repair. Respect is I see you and care about your inner life, while neglect is your emotional world is optional. Neglect erodes respect slowly because people feel unseen rather than attacking, creating loneliness in the relationship over time. A person can be provided for, partnered with, even praised publicly, and still not be respected if their emotional reality is consistently overlooked. And then we have emotional abandonment. This is when dignity is not supported. It's the withdrawal of relational responsibility. When someone disengages at moments of need, conflict, vulnerability, stress, grief, repair, they may stay physically present, but become emotionally unavailable, avoidant, or detached. Respect is one remains emotionally engaged even when things are hard. Abandonment, your distress is yours alone. This is profoundly destabilizing because respect requires reliability, and without relational presence during difficulty, trust cannot form. We learn that respect is not proven what someone says they deserve. It's revealed by how they treat vulnerability, yours, their own, and their children's. Do they move toward or away? Do they take responsibility or defend? Does honesty become safer over time? Do they stay engaged or shut down? These answers tell you whether respect is present, because at the deepest level, respect means your inner world is handled with care. Regarding the inner world, abuse harms it, neglect overlooks it, abandonment leaves it alone. And human beings are not designed to thrive where their inner world is unsafe, unseen, or unsupported. And we might know many families define respect narrowly. In your tone, you should have a respectful tone. You have to be obedient. It's not respectful if you don't appreciate. You should be sexually available, or admiration for provision. But relational respect is measured by emotional safety, responsiveness, accountability, and presence. A person may demand respect while practicing neglect. A person may feel disrespected while disengaging. A person might equate authority with respect while avoiding relational responsibility. This creates the painful dynamic where one person's asking for dignity while the other's asking for deference. We'll stop here. And I wish us in our thought, memory, and our imagination to have wisdom, sovereignty, dignity, and respect.